G'day fellas, welcome back to another video here over at Jazz Adventures. Today I'm on the river, just gonna have a fish back where I had that double header, if you remember from one of my previous videos, where I fought the two fish at once. I've come back, second time ever fishing here. I had a good session the first time, so let me just wait for this plane and I'll finish up. Well, as I was saying before that plane rudely interrupted me, is the last time I came down here I had a really good session, had a couple big carp. I'm pretty sure I even caught a roach. I can't be exactly too sure on what I caught that day, but I'm hoping to outdo that today. I've got some bread, I've got my net to get some shrimp, and hopefully this soil is good enough for some worms. As you saw in my last video, I got a heap of good worms in my last spot. So I'm gonna try for that. I'm gonna hit the water. Hopefully you enjoy, and if you do and you keep coming back for more, or you've just found my videos today, hit that like button on the video, subscribe with the bell on to be notified when I upload every Monday, and come along for the journey, fellas. Yee! Alright fellas, on the first rod setup we've got a double split shot, pretty small sized, to a little tiny hook, long shank, bit of bread. And I'm just going to put it on like I always do, sort of like a cocoon. So you're only compressing this bit and leaving the tip where the hook is a little bit fluffy, rather than ball it all on, and voila, your hook tips right in that fluff and they'll get hooked up hopefully. Let's get it in the water, get the other rod set up, maybe throw a lure or two while we're here. Got it tied on already, and get you a fish. Legends, fellas. Yee! As you see now, I got a couple worms. I'm going to put them on this little long shank and hopefully catch a fish. One, and this one's a good one. Two. Surely that catches a fish. So we got unweighted bread and split shotted long shank wormed on the mussel tip. Let's get them, fellas, hang around. One thing I generally do is get a piece of bread about that size and crumb it up into a burley. So I'll like crumb it into my hand and then I'll crumb it back. Once it's all back, I squeeze it into a ball and do it again. I do that a few times, and just for a demonstration, after you've balled it up, this is what it looks like. It hits, it breaks apart, and it drops in fine pieces like that, and it's a prime burley. So I'm gonna throw all this out. The current's going left, so I'm gonna throw it here and hope it stops just in the middle there somewhere. Pretty sure it's a bit shallower through here. But yeah, that might be the difference between catching a fish today or not. Let's see. When looking for worms, this is prime. This soil's a little bit wet and it's got green grass around it. So I just dig around the edges of them on a bit of a hill. And look, there's a worm right there, look. That's a healthy worm. Try to get another one real quick. Dig under this root here. They usually love roots. Yeah, look, see, on the root system, 1, 2, and that was only off this one little root. So if you want any tips on roots to find worms, you just got to find the roots of grass or little plants. Another one here, small one. Well fellas, as you saw there, that's how I get my worms. Looking for that little bit wetter soil, not too sandy, and some nice green around it. Let's get back on the water, catch you a fish with some worms and some bread. Yee! On the worms. It's just a carp. Yo! There we go, fellas. It paid off getting those worms. I was probably only in for 5 to 10 minutes and the rod took off. So hopefully we can get a few more better fish than this. It's not really that big, but we'll still get him knocked on the head. I'll chuck him on the measure for you just so you have a rough idea of how big. And get some more worms put on. Get back out there and try to catch a native. Maybe an estuary perch would be good. To be fair, I'd be happy with a stinky old redfin. So let's get him knocked on the head, fellas. Here he is, fellas, 47. Pretty decent, but not as big as I was hoping, fellas. Let's get back out there, eh? Fish somewhere along that bank. Get a couple more carp. Legends. Thanks for tuning in this far, and let's get a couple more. That fish there was just on those worms I dug. This is them there. Decent sized for locally dug. And I just put the hook through multiple times. Usually I'd put them through once, but it doesn't really matter. 1, go up a bit more. 2, grab another worm. Go through once with that one, last one. That's my bait. Let's see if we can get another fish, fellas. We got one, fellas. This is huge. On the worms again. Can't get better than this. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, fellas. Come on, what a catch. Have a look at that, fellas. What a cracker of a fish. It's a shame you got to knock them on the head because they are so much fun, but I'm gonna get a quick measure on him, show you how big, and get him knocked on the head. Leave it in the comments if you want to see more of me knocking them on the head and how the procedure I use, because I can put it more in. I'll put this one in and see how you like it. It's a bit gruesome, but let's get him knocked on the head and catch another few fish, mate. This isn't the most pleasant thing to watch, so if you're a bit squeamish, turn away now, but this is what I do to kill my carp. He's gone. He's gone. Can be a bit hard to throw, but after that first one, he was out. Unfortunately, that's how I do it. Just many ways you can. The fastest way possible is usually the best, and I feel like that's instant. And he gets a bit of a roller coaster ride on the way down. Got one on the bread finally. And it feels huge. What the hell? Holy shit. Why does this thing feel so heavy? He was wrapped around the fin. He doesn't want to give up. I've got so much hurt on him too. River fish fight so hard, man. I deserve a fight like this. The last two didn't do shit. Come on, mate. Keeps going around his fin. I don't know if you can see that, but that's why it keeps feeling heavy. You don't want to give up. Why don't carp usually fight like this, man? The last couple haven't. This is sick. Yoo! That's a beast, boys. Look at that for a fish number 3. 59 centimeters. Fuck yeah, boys. Yee! See how it's done, fellas? 3 for the day so far is pretty insane for this one little hole. Let's get back out there, get this guy knocked on the head, and get you a couple more. Hopefully the worms goes. Yee! Fish number 3, fellas. A beautiful carp on the bread this time. So that's 2 on worms, 1 to bread. So obviously fresher bait works better, but I'm gonna get him knocked on the head. I'm gonna show you once again me throwing him down and try to get you a couple more before I leave. It's getting late in the arbor. I've got enough time for maybe another fish or 2, so don't go anywhere, don't click out of the video, and I hope you enjoy Legends. Well fellas, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching this far into the video. I'm about to pack up and head out. And what a session did we have, boys. Look at this. What a cracker of a session. And I appreciate you joining me on it. So until next time, stay safe, good luck out fishing on the water, and enjoy the videos, fellas.